Edo State House of Assembly don't call for state of emergency to find solution to the flooding wahala where they scatter Edo State, claim lights and leave many people stranded. For the same sitting, the House still received governor's nominees for commissioners' appointment. For Wednesday plenary, Majority Leader Honorable Jonathan Ayama will raise the matter of urgent public importance as he answered the heavy rain for Ekpoma, Eastern West they carry people waka, including one Okada rider recently for Ekpoma. Speaker Right Honorable Blessing Agbebaku and other lawmakers sympathize with the victims. Come talk say flooding na one of the major wahala where they follow every rainy season. While Minority Leader Honorable Charity Agwabaweyan blamed the flood on road construction wey no get correct drainage, say action need to happen sharp to stop another one. Say similar flooding incidents happen for after Uniben Main Gate.
Mr. Speaker, yesterday there was heavy downpour in Ekpoma, and I think the same thing happens in many parts of the state. But sadly, the one that happened in Ekpoma took some lives. So that is my matter of urgent importance. So, Mr. Speaker, the problem is such that if, for instance, there had not been that decadence in society, maybe we would have had good gutters that would take away the water from every area in the town to a good place that it will not consume the lives of people the way we have done yesterday. There was heavy downpour and a flood right from the express through Umwambo quarters to Uhiele. People passing through that place yesterday, the flood swept many of them away, and up to now they've not been able to find some persons. So Ekpoma is in a state of bereavement now, and I believe that it's an issue that deserves a special attention, and I'm calling on my colleagues to join me so that we can appeal to the state government to see how attention is directed to handle the issue of flooding in Ekpoma and everywhere where you have the issue of flooding in Edo State. You can see before this governor came, His Excellency, we have flooding problem in places like Tapoga. But I think the governor is doing everything there now. They have a gutter that is about 12 feet deep to take away the flood water from the town. So my own prayers, Mr. Speaker, is that my colleagues should join me and appeal to the governor so that the attention of the Edo State government can also be drawn to Ekpoma, particular and every other area we feel that this issue of flooding is related, so that all the agencies in government that are so concerned in ensuring that flooding is well controlled, is taken care of. Because, like I said earlier, Ekpoma has really faced a lot of decadence because we've been neglected for a very long time. So I believe that now, if all of you join hands with me to see that this prayer sees through, a lot of betterment can get to Ekpoma. Ekpoma is a university town. We have a lot of students. So if this kind of thing, if a student is affected one way or the other, there might be disorderliness in that town, they go on protest. And we must ensure that this thing don't happen. It has taken some lives now. They don't even know those people who are involved. They would retrieve the motorbikes, but they can't find the bodies for now. So Ekpoma is a gateway between Edo North and Edo South. So we don't want a situation where we get to a state that we will say it's a vehicle carrying a lot of people has been taken away by flood. I believe that if there's a good drainage system, this problem will be remedied. It becomes so terrible now because Boa is working on the Benin Auchi Expressway, and the way they are doing the road now, all the floods is diverted towards this area in particular, and hence it was so disastrous yesterday. So, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I call on all of you to support me to speak on this so that the government will be gingered to ensure that the relevant thing is done. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues.
I want to sympathize with the people of Ekpoma, particularly Akaya and Okoji community, for what happened there yesterday. I was
concerning the ban, whether it was a dispatch letter or not. It was only the guy that was able to discover the man struggling with his life. Nobody was able to rescue him. The drivers were afraid because of trying to rescue someone else might also lose wrong. So I sympathize with them, I sympathize. Just as Mr. Speaker said, water must be at the same level. Flood, I want to appeal that we declare Edo State flood disaster. So it is not only in Edo, even in my area, everywhere is flooded. Sometimes if you are not careful, you will see the umbrella of somebody, you will not see the person. Somebody will just fall into a dish, you can only see the umbrella, but you can no longer find the person. Maybe 6 miles away, you see someone lying by the roadside. The governor want to appeal to him and said that I appreciate that he should do more. Because, just as Speaker said, people like in abroad, you see heavy storm, flood, ravaging areas, taking victories, that's uplifting victories from the ground, destroying homes, cars. These are natural disasters. So please, I want to appeal that if there's any way, you can call on this federal government ecological ministry to come to our aid to assist our government to ensure that Edo State is safe, especially this rainy season. It is not, we all know that the next rainy season is between so time and so time. It's not a stranger, we know the time. They should prepare, get set, get ready, either to avert or to tackle flood period, that flooding period, so that this kind of menace, horrible things will not happen to our people. Just as I said, we are lucky that the students are not affected. By now, you would have been hearing, you will not go pray, you will not go pray. There will be disorderliness in the state. So please, the relevant authorities, the Ministry of Environment and others should be involved in this matter. If need be, they should go and do something like a receptacle for these waters so that when it falls that heavily, some people go to that place so that the force will not be too much again. I think that is why the disaster happened. I also want to use the opportunity of supporting the majority leader in asking for all government agencies to focus on how to ensure that affliction does not happen the second time. To say that affliction should not happen at all in our consequences because it is brewing. Mr. Speaker, immediately after the immediate mandate by the army barrack, that is the CEO army barrack, there is a pool of water that is gathering there now. It does not used to be so sad because there was a very big receptacle that is built on the left-hand side. Mr. Speaker, the race now clearing the road through the CEO to Lagos becomes impossible or becomes very difficult. Why? Because water is collecting there now. Because the army have to go and lock the channel through the water passes because the well is filled up with sand. So after collecting a little water, the overflow goes into the army barrack. The last time, the commandant's house was fully taken over by that water. I will use this opportunity to call on the relevant agency to what it is to just remove the sand from an already existing well. If the sand is removed, the water will easily flow into that place and we will not have that challenge. So since we are saying about death in Ekoma, we want to avert death. It is better for us to be proactive than to be reactive. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Bright Iyamu, where they represent Oriamo 2, come salute Edo government for tackling the flood wahala, but come also draw attention to the flood wey still dey worry Benin GRA side as in call for urgent palliative. Mr. Speaker, for in response, Koyan say plans dey already to redesign GRA drainage to put a stop to the flooding wahala.
First, I want to thank the majority leader for bringing these important matters before the House. We are aware that the Executive Governor of Edo State is doing his best to make sure that Edo State becomes a conducive environment for all. However, when we see something that is not in good condition, it's our primary responsibility as a legislature to always say it out. I console the family of the deceased, the erosion that happened in the Ekoma area. Mr. Speaker, I also want to use this opportunity because we don't have to wait for this same action to happen in another place before we take measures. If you look at GRA houses, talking about the Gov Okpebholo, talking about Akimari, talking about Boro, talking about women, when it rains, erosion will take over those environments. So, Mr. Speaker, as the majority leader brought up this issue today, I just want to use this opportunity to call on the state government as a matter of policy. I'm aware that the government is doing everything to make sure we do a perfect job, perfect construction. But before that, I will call on the state government to do palliative measures on this road that I mentioned. Because we don't know who will be affected the next time it rains again. Because imagine we have a visitor coming from outside the states. Maybe on that day it rains. What will we tell the resident that coming to government house is a problem? So we are taking this as a priority. Let the government take an measure around the GRA house
this project of data if it was developed.
The people that design GRA should fail. Because when GRA was designed, they didn't think about the utilities that GRA. So right now, government is on it. They are already on their table, trying to design GRA proper to this system. That's how I know that I can tell you qualitatively. So just looking for the grade for start so that the work will start. And that job I know that has been handled by social. So once the president comes down, we'll see massive work done with GRA access.
Honorable Gabi Kingsley Konyan say even with monthly sanitation, flooding still dey happen and come call on agencies and local government say make them double efforts and stop anyhow land sale. Honorable Maria Edeko come add say citizens sef get responsibility, sake of say warning don come before but people no gree hear.
Arrived this morning to join my colleagues to sympathize with the family that lost days, persons yesterday, the whole of Eastern, West, and humanity. We are here, my brother just said, Edo State was one of the states that they gave any warning to about the pending debt, the flood that was going to come. But as usual, individuals, we don't take responsibility. If you go to our community, it's not easy all over. When they sweep debt from their home, they come to put it inside the gutter. Nobody cares to eat corn, to drop it anywhere. And all of this, we have been calling on government. Government, come and do everything. Citizens don't have responsibility. We have to change our ways if things will get better. The local government council, they are function. They have function sanitation, ensuring clearing of the drains. These are their responsibility. In those days, when the colonial people were around, sanitary inspector, they will come into your home to check whether you have done things properly. Go to Togo, all these countries, you can, as a citizen, you have to sweep front of your compound. You not only sweep your compound, you go to the adjournment room. We don't do any of these things, and it's going to create more problems. The state government, yesterday, a bill on sanitation was here. And it means the government have they have a disposition to do what is right. I'm joining my brother from Eastern West constituency to call on the state government to spring into action to ensure that the early warning sign we are giving, we deceive the gutters, the drainages that we can take care of, we do that. And the federal government too, they need to come to our aid because there is no way the state can solve somebody's ecological problem all alone. So, Mr. Speaker, if you remember when we were growing up, we have ponds in our villages. All those ponds today, our people have filled them up, they have sold them as land. So we need to combine individuals, local government, state government, and the federal government to solve this problem. Once more, I commensurate with my people in Eastern West. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I want to sympathize with the people of Eastern West, especially the people from Okpebholo, and my brother who have brought this matter before this house. Mr. Speaker, in all that has happened, rain, they say, is an act of God. And
so when we have issues of the rains like this, I also imagine when the advice by the National Meteorological Agency also give, when the issues of opening the dam comes up and all this comes together, we should just imagine what will happen. Because we have been warned by NIMET that we need to be careful, that the rains are going to be heavy this year. Unfortunately, the people of Okpebholo, just like the people of Auchi, just like the people of Aginebode, just like the people from Ovia and all other parts of the state, are feeling the pains. I think this is a wake-up call for those who are town planners to look strongly on how even streets are being littered with small kiosks. You get some people building on top of the drainage, and even though the governor, our amiable governor, came up with this new environmental sanitation program, even at that, we still have these challenges. So it is a wake-up call for the town planning department of the state to look at this issue strongly, and also even to the local government authority to ensure that they do their own work in their various local governments. People should not build on the right of way. People should not build on top of the drainage where some will go and build their shops on the gutter, and then water will flow very well. And also for those who just go and sell land, I grew up to know that Benin is a planned place. Talking about Benin City. So also it is in Aginebode. Those days, we know that when you come out from these streets, you meet another adjoining streets to cut into another street. But these days, it's not like that. People sell land and put buildings on even the right of way. I think we really need to look at that, Mr. Speaker. We will make the local governments ensure that that's their departments in the local council should ensure that nobody just sell land. You must first of all keep it right, even when there are buildings already, make sure there is a right of way so that people don't cover this road. I think these are part of the issues that has caused this flooding thing. Because flooding all over everywhere, even in Houston, in America, and other parts of the world, you see, we should try and make sure we minimize all of this and reduce this pace this can cost all of us. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity.
After plenty deliberation, the House can resolve say make them declare state of emergency, send some teams go check the affected communities, put drainage and erosion control for #1 priority, and support families who lose their people.
Does not refer to Telekoma alone. If you go to the north, flood, the same thing. It would be the 201s, the same thing. So flooding is everywhere. Even in Ovia, it's even worse in Ovia because of the topography. In Ovia, it's even worse. Some of usually that what's up to championship.
Mr. Speaker, dear colleagues, the motion calling on the Edo State government, the relevant ministry, and the flood and erosion watershed management agency. Mr. Speaker, I have already watershed management agency to urgently resolve the erosion and flooding that have taken lives in Edo State, particularly Mwobo, Akahia, and Okoji communities, rather than controlling erosion. Whereas the Edo State Erosion Flood and Watershed Management Agency was created by law to perform its functions as specified by the people of Edo State, whereas Section 14 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has amended the 2023 empowered the state to provide welfare services to the people, Special Teaching Hospital, ICA, whereas road users and the affected communities pay exorbitant prices to navigate these affected roads, thereby having a toll on the people students who find it difficult to go to school. Mr. Speaker, I beg to resolve therefore by this honorable House that a state of emergency be promptly declared to address the issue of flood challenge in Ekoma and other parts of Edo State. 2. That the Edo State government should urgently undertake an impact assessment team to the affected areas, including drainage systems and erosion control measures to mitigate future risks. 3. That the Edo State erosion, flood and watershed management agency be mobilized to site to remedy the action caused by flood in the communities so identified and other areas affected by flood challenges in Edo State. That the families of those killed by floods be visited and consoled. That a rapid response team be well funded and trained to respond to issues of salt monitoring. That are my consequential
Mr. Speaker, I have additional question that state governments should provide palliative measures in affected areas before the proper construction.
See what you want.
That the state governments should provide palliative measures in affected areas before the proper construction.
I would suggest that I know that my involved in the erosion. I believe that the major is the construction of that where water to escape. We should rely on federal government to ensure that the contractor double their effort to see that the job is completed as soon as possible.
Is that supposed to be a result of
Mr. Speaker, I respectfully propose that we should substitute rapid response team in Resolution 5 with the Edo State Emergency Management Agency, since that is the agency.
For another matter, the House received list of commissioner nominees from Governor Gov Okpebholo, where their names now Dr. Jerry Uwagu, Barrister Kenneth Okorowa Iyaseken, Paul Ehige, and Akigbe John Sunday. The letter can land for Committee on Rules and Business for proper consideration. The House later adjourned till Monday, October 13, 2025 for 10 o'clock for morning after Honorable Andrew Uzamere, where they represent Ovia North East 2, moved motion for adjournment where Honorable Father Igberamole, Eastern Central, secondam. Make una not forget, say, as we see am, na so we dey talk am. We not the take blame. A Kata Ujesele, TMC News.